Alrighty, welcome back to the OSHA subreddit, or just welcome to the OSHA subreddit. I did this a couple times on the Captain Sparkles channel, but haven't done it at all on this channel. Not sure why exactly, but here we are. We'll browse by top for the last year since it's been a while. And in case you need a refresher, OSHA, I think it stands for Occupational Safety Hazard Administration, which is the U.S. administration responsible for saying how you should keep your workplace safe, and all the stuff here is egregious violations of that. So we start off with number 19, only the strong shall survive. Evacuation map. Good luck. A resident noticed the empty evacuation map slot and decided to fill it with their own helpful words. Hopefully you don't need this, although I feel like in most cases, even though the evacuation map is required, you can kind of infer, oh, the stairs probably what we should take in the event of an evacuation. They're right there and they're right there. So I think you'd be okay, but also maybe it's a confusing building and you wouldn't be okay because those exist too. So, want to play a game? If you do it outside, you don't need respirators, right? All right. So actually, they're doing a cosplay here. Dude on the right is trying to be the Hulk, and he's also trying to be the Hulk riding a bicycle. So this is all going according to plan. Everyone knows that when you do a cosplay, you should spray paint yourself and not wear a mask or anything like that. Just, you know how they do body painting on Twitch now? I mean, if you go take a look at any of those streams, they're just spray painting their skin. It's just kind of how it works. The way to go. Professionals here at work saw this on a competitor's job site. The city inspector letting them know it's wrong. This is wrong. All right, fair enough. I don't think I'd be able to identify myself as someone who's not in construction exactly the issue here, but apparently it's obvious enough that you can just spray paint "this is wrong." Bonus points if the person spray painting this did not use a mask, because that's the preferable way to do it, okay? All these fire extinguisher posts, I figured I would share this one I found as an inspector. Yeah, that seems like it'd be pretty effective for putting out a fire. Yeah. You just throw it into the fire and the fire will hesitate for just a second as it questions what you're doing and why you're throwing a piece of metal into it, and then it'll be like, all right, back to consuming things. Thanks for that. So you would give just a millisecond's worth of pause, and I guess it's better than nothing, right? A great way to show that you're absolutely loving your job. Did he like do a makeshift harness around his waist, like a slip knot? And then, you know, as he descended and started working on things, it just kind of shimmied up a bit. And he's like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable on my armpit. So it'll break my fall. I mean, it will. It'll just also break you. And everyone will kind of misconstrue and misunderstand why you'd want to tell them. You'd want to be like, I wasn't unhappy, I just didn't want to spend the time making a harness, but don't judge me, it was an accident, I swear. When I was doing construction, I was apparently featured in a safety fails site on Pinterest. That's you up there? Because that doesn't seem safe at all. Why would you go and do a thing like that? Is the guy at the bottom really just like, is he supporting the entirety of the weight, just kind of holding it steady as it's balanced on one of the two legs down there, and then you just another one on top of it? Yeah, no, I can't see any way that this could possibly go wrong. So congratulations on your internet fame on Pinterest and now Reddit. Oh God. Right above the toilet. Good thing I'm not 6'1". Oh God. Oh. It just makes me feel so uneasy. It's like, this isn't something you have to be on a construction site to experience. You could just get unlucky anywhere. You could be like, hey, gas station person, where's the bathroom? You go into the bathroom and then you're doing the toilet, and then all of a sudden you just lift your head up and ow, okay, what did I just hit? That hurts really badly. Oh, what's that? I have a nail in my head. Oh, that's just what I wanted. On this pit stop on the way to a nice, lovely vacation. Cool. Well, guess vacation plans are canceled and I'll be going to the hospital if I'm still conscious. And hopefully it was just a very slight surface thing. You know, on the plus side, I'd never have to worry about this because, according to Google, I'm only 5'10". So good thing I'm not 6'1" either, you know? The fire exit on this college building. What? Yeah. It looks kind of fun, actually, but also, you know what? In the event of a fire, I suppose anything is better than being in the fire. So yeah, okay. It looks very safe to me. There's no way that could go wrong. You know, I guess if it's raining out, there's probably not a fire. Even though I suppose a fire can start in the inside of a building, regardless of if there's rain outside or not. But that slippery seems like a whole lot could go wrong as everybody is panicking, trying to escape the fire, trying to consecutively go down that staircase, pushing each other out of the way. Yep, probably have more fatalities from that than the flames. I mean, demonetized. Sorry. Found this years ago doing a site walk. Accurate. Notice, a stupid question is a lot easier to answer than a stupid mistake. It is true. Is there a story that led up to that being put on that particular door? Like, in the past, that door was not secured on properly, and it let out some hazardous materials that were supposed to be kept on the inside of it or something. So it's like, hey, don't do that again, guys. If you're not sure about something, just ask. Don't pretend you know what you're doing because you're embarrassed. Kudos to the guy who found this for not wasting a moment. Hey, boss, how much water is supposed to be in this light bulb? See, it's much better to ask what you think is a stupid question than just to ignore it, right? How much water is supposed to be in this light bulb? Probably a sarcastic question there, but you never know for sure. It's one of those fancy underwater lights. They're doing some testing here. You know, it's going to be used as they try to construct the pylons for the new pier that's getting installed here off the coast. They're making like an oil rig or something like that. You gotta light it up somehow, right? So they're testing these cool underwater light bulbs in varying levels of submersion, and that's all that's going on here. Oh, it's supposed to be water in there. It's fine. How would that? Oh my God! Can you imagine actually seeing that? Like, how is there water nowhere else except it's somehow all getting concentrated in the light bulb? Obviously, it's a sign of other problems that need to be fixed. I'll just set it down nice and easy. How is it? Oh, it's on something. What the? Okay. Yeah, that's why. So my question is, why don't they just use the big forklift to do the whole thing instead of using the big forklift to lift a little forklift, which is then lifting the pallet of wood? Seems like you could kind of, I don't know, eliminate one of the steps, but it's that the little forklift can drive into the truck, but they need to get the little forklift into the truck and they don't have a loading dock, because why would you have a loading dock if you have large objects to unload from a truck? That would be too convenient. So little forklift gets the wood to the end of the truck, big forklift drops little forklift, and big forklift takes it off the truck onto the ground. I guess it works. Climbing down the ladder. That's how ladders are supposed to be used. You're not actually supposed to rest them on a static object. You're kind of, ideally, if you're talented at ladders, like, you just balance it. Okay, all right. Yeah, good thing there were bushes there. Hopefully they didn't have thorns on them. That's impressive. They're not talented ladder users. Like, honestly, if I were to do it, I'm a talented ladder user. I wouldn't need the guy down there. Like, if you know what you're doing, you can just balance on it like a circus performer. Have you ever seen circus performers? They're not the only ones who can do it, mind you. They're just the ones that are most seen. They can just climb a ladder, while it's on its two legs on the ground, not mounted on anything. It's really how skilled professionals are supposed to use them. Absolutely no PPE in sight. I believe that means personal protective equipment. And PPF, if you just remove one of the little bars at the bottom of the E, it means paint protection film. Heads up for you. Yeah, dude, that bear could get in some serious trouble. That looks like a pretty heavy machinery job site. I know there's some smart trained bears out there, but still it should be wearing a hard hat. Otherwise, it could get into some serious trouble out there. We gotta look out for bear safety too. It's not just people out here with OSHA. It's working animals, okay? And there are a lot of them out there. We can't take this lightly. It's a serious problem. Only entrance to my current job site. I guess it's kind of like a sobriety test. Like they just want to ensure that you are very alert before you enter the job site. So you walk across a little balance beam. You got to skirt around the punji pit, and then, all right, you're inside. If you made it this far, then you're probably in pretty good condition to do some work. So it screens out the ones that you don't want anyway. It's very smart by design. And if you happen to trip, well, you should have been more vigilant. It's your fault. I'll do my best. Emergency phone is out of service. Please do not have an emergency at this location. Ideally, if anything starts to happen, just choose another spot. Be like, hold on. Excuse me, hearts. All right? I know that you want to go into cardiac arrest right now, but if you don't mind, let's just make it a few more blocks, okay? And we'll make it to a place where emergencies are allowed, and then we'll resume this fun experience. All right? Thank you. Appreciate it. Just thanks for pausing. It's like a cartoon where it's like a Wile E. Coyote thing or something where they say, excuse me, pause, hold on, can you do this elsewhere? And then they move the action elsewhere and resume it. Sharps container? These people apparently never heard of one. The needles were poking out of the box. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. I don't like this. Oh, I don't like that at all. And this freaking biohazard warning on the box that the needles are just poking outside of it. That's one thing that I really would terrify me as a garbage collector, especially in New York where they the bags are out on the street and they have to grab the bags and chuck them into the truck. Obviously they're wearing gloves, but you never what someone could just throw a needle into a plastic bag and it's just poking out there, and you got thousands of bags to grab on your trash day. You're just yeah, it's so horrifying. There's got to be really bad horror stories of garbage truck drivers feeling a prick and being I don't know what just happened. Okay, gotta go to the hospital now. I'm horrified of needles too, and it's just some worst nightmare kind of short for me. Oh my god. This is written in the porta potty at my boyfriend's work. OSHA code number 1131. And any turd exceeding 6 inches must be hand lowered to prevent chemical backsplash. I mean, that's more advice for the person actually performing the act, right? I don't know who else is gonna get hit by it. Ew, that's gross. It's oh my, okay, I read, oh no, it wasn't. I saw it on Reddit, but I think it was a YouTube video. It had to be a joke, but the guy was so good at saying it with a straight face. Something along the lines of he was really confused and someone was having a discussion about going to the bathroom, and he's like, how do you guys do it without getting poop on your hands? And everyone looked at him like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, I thought that you had to put your hand in the toilet and grab it and then manually lower it in. And everyone was just I mean, how else would you respond when someone just drops that bomb on you? Hey, wait, so you don't just let it fall into the water, you actually grab it back there? And I want to believe it was trolling. But the guy, I mean, if it was trolling, such a phenomenal actor, the likes of which deserved an Oscar. It was amazing. The reaction was amazing. Today at work. Thank you, Dave, for checking our fire extinguisher back in 1994. It's kind of like the elevators at my gym complex, which seem to always be about 2 years beyond their last inspection date, which is always nice, and always broken. If you hear about a person dying at a gym complex by an elevator in LA, I mean demonetizing, it's probably me at my gym, because the stairs do not connect from the lower parking garage floors to the upper area where the gym is. They just connect out to a mid, because it's on a hill, and so the stairs connect to an intermediate street alley that's below, so you can get out, there's an escape, but it doesn't fully connect all the floors together. It's the worst. Anyway, yep. Gotta love things that are totally out of date on inspections. It's great. And the top for the last year, emergency exit in a friend's office building. First time they opened it was during a fire alarm. That's like some real cartoon thing right there. Yes, the fire exit. Right ahead into a wall of bricks. You'd think you're like, is my life in a movie set? Am I the Truman Show? Am I not supposed to go this way? Is this like the invisible wall barrier for the world? Like, I can't go here. This is the outside of the soundstage, and I gotta remain in the soundstage for my life to play out on film for other people that I don't even realize are there. Yeah, no, that's probably not okay. That's well deserving of the top post of the last year. Well, thanks for checking out the OSHA sub. We'll try to do this again more often or something. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist, which doesn't exist yet, but might exist in the future if I do this again. Subscribe if you're not already and want to tune into the next OSHA video or others, and we'll leave it off there. I'll see you next time.